Okay, remember what I told you. Be your own boss. Love yourself. Get up and dance. Level
Level
up.
up.
Beat it up like. Hold up. Beat it up like.
Hi, everyone. Super excited to be here. I am Latisha M. So glad you guys have joined me this evening. We're going to be talking about Cruise Complete. All right. How to book, transfer your cruising to it, manage your cruises through it, and so much more. So I am excited to present this to you, especially for people who may not have even heard of Cruise Complete before. We're going to do a great run through for it. It actually should not be a long training, and save all your questions for afterwards. I'm going to pop that chat over here so I can kind of look at it a little bit. But if you can write your questions down, that way we can get through the material, and you never know what you might be looking for is there. Don't forget to follow me on social media at SLM Bookings, almost everything, right? LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, all of that good stuff, TikTok, and especially YouTube at SLM Bookings, because all of the other trainings that I've done are all listed there in my training and FAQ session. And we're going to be doing a podcast soon, so we'll be bringing you some more travel tips, some great destination info that you can use and even pass on to your clients. So you'll definitely want to tune into those. Those will be like just quick little episodes. But in the meantime, let's get started, because it's not about seeing my face, it's about seeing this material. So I'm going to go back to sharing my screen. Hi, Anna. I see you guys. So that way we can get this party started. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen so that we can see, like I said, what's important, right? This Cruise Complete. How many of you in the chat have heard of Cruise Complete? That's through Agent Universe. Richard has. Only Richard? Anna, no worries. We are about to give you the crash course, honey. You about to learn all about it. All right, so let's take a look at what we call Cruise Complete. So what we're going to be doing, just so you know what these steps are going to be this evening, I'm going to show you how to kind of register. You have to make sure you're registered for Agent Universe. All right. After you're registered for Agent Universe, you want to complete your profile there. Then you're going to request access through Archer, because just because you get access to Agent Universe, they don't open up that portal for Cruise Complete until after you make an additional request. And I'll show you the phone number to give a call to, and what the letter is going to look like once you're approved. So once you receive your approval email, it's going to be easy for you to log in and use it. All right. So what is Cruise Complete best used for? For ocean and river cruises, for transferring your bookings that you might have done outside of that portal into that portal for easy access. And then they even have an amazing FAQ section and even training. So that way, if there's additional things you're trying to do that I don't cover here, they'll be able to show you how to step by step. So what are the ocean and river cruises? Well, with Cruise Complete, guys, your agency is going to have advantage of seeing almost every cruise line, every river line in one dashboard. Are you tired of going to look at what Carnival has versus what Royal Caribbean has versus what Oceania has versus what MSC has? Well, look no further than Cruise Complete, right? You'll be able to go into one place and you don't have to worry about trying to check deals against each other and rates against each other, because it's all in one place. So let's see what that looks like. So when you log into Agent Universe, this is after you have completed your login request just for Agent Universe. The next thing you're going to want to do is go to the Agent Profiler. You want to make sure you complete your Agent Profiler. Okay, it did pop up. I was about to say, I thought it might not, so I already had it up. But So you're going to go to like your profile, put in everything that you can for here. You're going to go to my specialties, and the specialties is just saying what it is that you as a travel agent have done, and the kind of experience you've had. All right. You want to really fill this out so that your profile is complete, so that they can even share your profile with different customers that might inquire for that type of service. So once you have this completed, then you're going to contact Archer Services so that you can get the access you're going to need. So that is 1-800-ARCHERS. And you're going to give them your agent ID number. They'll be able to see that you are an active agent. And then they're going to say, okay, no problem. We'll go ahead and get you set up. This did not take 24 hours. Once I got in contact, I didn't even speak to someone. I left a message. Okay. And then I received my email. I just screenshotted my email for you guys. Welcome aboard, right? So I got into Travel Complete, no problem. All right. Just by following those steps. Now, if your profile isn't complete, Archer can say you don't look like you're ready for Cruise Complete. That's why I'm telling you to go and do your agent profiler first, okay, before stepping into that gate. And let me just get this down and get this ready. So now, once you have your access, you come back and log in, and you're going to click on the Cruise Complete. Cruise Complete is amazing because they have the cruise lines and the river cruises, as I stated, right? You see they have two different sections for it. Once you have customers built into the system, you can come here and look at your customers and upcoming trips. You can import information here. You can even work on up to three itineraries at one time. So let's say if that customer wasn't sure which cruise they wanted to see everything to completion, you can literally be working on multiple itineraries so that you don't have to keep going back and forth with different itineraries. So let's look at how this works in action. So I'm going to say cruise. Now from here, it's almost like the dashboard that you'll have at almost any of the cruise lines. It's filling in the information that you have gathered from the customer on what they're interested in doing. So they should have an about start date for you. So let's look at, I have a lot of people that are looking at, you know what, let's go to 2025 because I have a lot of people that's looking into October of 2025. So we're going to start it on the 5th. And I want to go to the 24th for them to look up different cruises. And you can even say how many days this person is willing to travel. I'm going to knock this down to 9 because I think they want 7. All right. If you know the destination they're interested in going to, if you know the specific cruise line they may be interested, maybe in the ship name. Because this person could have done a little bit of research and just want to see if you can get it for a lesser price. Other than that, you don't really have to mess with this if you have not already pre-qualified that customer for certain things. The next thing I'm going to look at is where is that person willing to depart from, right? So for me, a lot of my people are coming from either Baltimore. So let's go ahead and select Baltimore. I'm going to say they're even willing to leave out of maybe New Jersey or New York because those places are not that far. So let's look at not Brooklyn, but it should be like New York, New York. If I can get this to work with me here, and maybe I'll just type it in. Oh, yeah, Virginia is another one. So let me go ahead and grab Virginia, Norfolk, New York, New York, New York. There we go. And even Cape Liberty. Okay. So that's this way you're selecting a couple of different things for that customer to be able to select where they want to depart at. Number of cabins. I'm going to go ahead and say 3 cabins. If you know a marketing code, especially us agents that have Archer as our host agency, right? There may be a marketing code that we're promoting that you can find in the Travel Cafe. So you want to go ahead and enter it here. If not, you don't have to worry about making any changes here. All right. So now that I have a lot of my things selected for this particular cruise, I'm going to click on search. So here is the magic, guys. So it has brought up 19 different cruises for me. The magic is, this is Royal Caribbean. So all of these are Royal Caribbean. Here's Cunard. Here's Norwegian. All right. Keep going down. Here's Princess. There's Carnival. All right here at my fingertips. And I've looked up searches where I've had 3 pages worth of different cruise lines. Now I can start going through and even looking at the inside, the ocean, the balcony. Are you guys excited? I should be seeing some woo, woo, woo. Yeah, Elena, I can do that for you. Elena has a specific cruise. She was like, look, I have a specific cruise I need looked up, girl. Let's get that one going. But you saw how easy this was, right? So before we move forward, my friend here has a request. So let's go ahead and seek her request. So instead of me getting rid of my itinerary, what is a smart cookie going to do? Anybody in the chat? What is a smart cookie going to do if I'm working with 2 clients at the same time? Hey, Estelle. Elena said, I just left my voicemail asking for cruise complete. Absolutely. So we're going to click on itinerary number 2. So that way, if I'm working on 2 at one time, I don't even have to get rid of that first customer I'm already working on. So now I'm going to go head back to cruise. Don't even have to save it. It's still there. Okay. And you said, let me go back up in the chat. June of 2025. Okay. And even though you have 7-day, I'm going to start it from the 1st of the month and I'm going to end it about here. So that way we can get a good 7-day portion, right? We're going to narrow that down to 7 days. I'll do 8 because sometimes the 8th day is when it comes in. All right. Destinations, you said Alaska, right? All right. How many, do you know where they wanted to come from, Elena? They're coming from Hawaii? Ooh. Don't get that much, right? Everybody's going to Hawaii. Hawaii. All right, so I see Alaska, Ontario, Spain, Spain, California. So they're gonna have to fly somewhere. All right. From Alaska. They're gonna have to, I mean from Hawaii, they're gonna have to come inland first. So let's go for California and Seattle, San Diego. Seattle, Washington is good. Okay, so I'll take everything else off. Excellent. Now, how many cabins? Just 1? 4. They're greedy. They want all of it. All right, so now we're going to hit our search now that we have our qualifiers for our guest here. And see, now hers came up with 35 matches, and they're looking at ocean view and they're looking at balconies, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the dates. Everything looks good. Everything fell within my 7-day range. I see an ocean view for 1472, balconies 1642, 1505, 17. So we're going to keep going down. What was their per person budget? Did they give you a per person budget? These port charges, taxes, and fees are included. Are included. I can see it here. They did not. Excellent. Okay. So then, yeah. So then I would definitely look at the one that's the least expensive to start them off with. But also, you know, so I would quote them a Royal Caribbean one. And then I would go down to whoever the next cruise line is, Celebrity Cruises. And even though it's higher, you might get a little bit more. You're definitely going to get more included in your Celebrity Cruise line, right? So then you can just look up Celebrity Cruise Lines, see what that person also receives. And then that way, so the only thing it says here is mandatory onboard service fee of $126 are not included, but the port charge, taxes, and fees of $4.99 per person is included with this rate. But I would see the Celebrity might have drinks included. They may have, you know, other packages, right? Because Celebrity Cruise Lines is a little bit more. Holland is on here. So I would pick maybe like Norwegian, Celebrity, and Royal Caribbean to give that customer 3 quotes. I never quote my customer once, right? Because just because I don't want to pay $14.72, $16.42 for a 7-day cruise, I definitely don't want to pay $15, right? We don't know what our customer is willing to pay. Even sometimes when they give us this is my per person rate, I don't want to go any higher than that. That's not always true, right? It's not always true. Once they see everything that comes with that cruise, see the itinerary that they're going to get, like this one here is going to from Washington to Alaska, Alaska, and then ending in back into the British Columbia. So I would definitely make sure whichever one I'm doing, I want to make sure it's going to definitely round back around. You don't want that customer to have to do, but see, yours came up with 2 pages as well. So you had a little bit more going on because Princess is on this side. Look at who's on this side. Here's some Princess. Princess is a good one. Carnival is over here. We know Carnival gives away the house, right? So you're looking for something that might be a little bit more affordable. Sometimes those Carnival cruise lines are. But then you're not going to really get a lot with it. So for the price, I think Norwegian or Celebrity would have it because they're going to get more for their bang for their bucket with these amazing, amazing deals. So then you can also see whatever the special offers are for customers. You can see what the promos are right here. All right, what amenity departure are they going to receive? Description, who doesn't like a little something extra? So they give you a choice to be able to kind of give your customers something. Everything is right here at your fingertips. You don't have to come out and look at other things. They got it for you. All right, so let's pick one of these bad boys. I'm just going to go back to the front page and you can select the details to see more details about this cruise. See how it's showing you where they're coming in from, how long they're going to be cruising for that one day, the ports, the times that they're going to be at these different ports. So you can also help your customer do what? Book excursions. Right? Don't let them book those excursions through the cruise lines. Go and book them with the customer. Get your Viator out and get the booking. And then it shows you what time they are going to be arriving back at the home port that they departed from. It shows the stops even on a map for you. It gives you a little bit more details about the ship itself. So again, if you have questions coming in for that customer for what's included, all you have to do is click here and it tells you the facts about this cruise line, the entertainment that's going on there. Look, they had that sip tour brunch. I'm doing that with one of my cruisers. Things that they can do with kids and teens, right? Because this is Royal Caribbean, so children are invited. The culinary stuff, just everything. Everything is here, right? The categories, the different categories are the different types of cabins and where they're going to be structured on the ship. So before you even go into it, you can discuss this with your customer as well. Hey, I know that you're looking for the least expensive. However, if we just kind of bump it up a little bit for you, you know, this category offers a little bit more. You can see the different decks, get more information about the destination, and again, see if there are any additional promotions, which is that $50 per state room. And since she has 4, they're going to get $200 to be able to kind of split somewhere. Yeah, they do. So all you have to do is, so aren't you glad I opened this up so you can see it? So when you come in here and you're looking at the ship, the different information comes up for that ship. It'll even tell you the name of the ship. So even if you want to Google it and go to maybe the ship site just to get pricing for the different drink packages, you can. Okay. So that does at least make it easier for you because everything is still here. Once you're ready to book, you go ahead and click on book now. But that's how I decide. I'll look at different things. And if I do need to Google it for additional facts that maybe they didn't include, that's okay. I'm just going to go ahead and Google that information. But it's still, in my opinion, easier than trying to find it everywhere else. Sometimes when you go to the cruise line's direct website, of course, you know, because they're selling to the public, they'll spell it out in a simpler language for them than they will for us, right? They make us go in and look up all the details. So as you're working, it'll tell you what cabin number you're working on. You'll select how many people are going to be there per cabin. Exactly, Alana. Aren't you excited? No, Cruise Complete is not just about doing the research. This is about booking those customers and then having it all in one place for you to be able to come back and do add money, right? If they want to make payments, you make their initial deposit from here. Let's say if you did start on Royal Caribbean, I'm going to show you guys how to do a transfer. I have a transfer to put in here. I transferred 2 people in here earlier. And so I have a third one and I'll have a fourth one tomorrow to transfer in here so I can just look at all of it from one customer. But as you can see, you'll put in your customer's information. If they, you know, for Royal Caribbean and for certain cruise lines, they may have some additional qualifiers to get them additional discounts. So you would just fill it out just like you would with any other dashboard that you would go into for any of the other suppliers. And they sync it with the supplier. So we'll show you how they do that too. But as you can see, we haven't even selected what we want. So each cabin, this cabin might want an inside, cabin 2 might want a balcony, cabin 3 may say, hey, you know what? I want that suite. You just never know. So as you're going through it, just like you would if you were directly on with the Royal Caribbean site, you would be able to do this as well. All right. So they go through the same thing, the passenger, the rate code, the category selection, the cabin selection, additional details for that passenger, because we're just giving the basics right here of their age and where they're coming from, right? So now we're going to go into that passenger details of names, email addresses, phone numbers, and ages, right? Payment, okay? And just like anybody else, in order for them to hold the booking, I think for more than some of them allow 24 hours, some of them allow 48 hours, depending on how far away that cruise is, will be determine how long they'll hold it without payment. And then you can come back and do the payments, reviewing and confirming. So all of those steps are here just like you would be anywhere else, except, and now look, boom, I want to go back to my first itinerary, right? And it's still here, right? Everything I looked up for the other cruise when I was doing just a blanketed information, still here. I'm glad you think so, Anna. Thank you. So what else can we do with Cruise Complete? Let's take a look. Transfer existing bookings. So let's say you already have something on Carnival. You already have something on Royal Caribbean. You already have something on one of the river lines. And you decide, you know what, she showed me this resource and it does seem a lot easier to be able to come in here. Does your clients get a discount booking with us travel advisors as opposed to booking? Absolutely, Richard. They only see one type of rate, whereas we see several different rates. So as you saw, depending on what we qualify that customer for is the different rates. So you definitely want to watch some of the cruise bookings that are going to go more into that rate training to show you how to qualify your customer. Those are big things, qualifying your customer. All right. Will the price they customer pay on a Cruise Complete versus any other booking agent directly? It is not a different rate because they sync the information. Yes, they will promote, and I'm sorry, they do promotions the same way. Commission is not different. The commission is, this is just a tool for us agents so that we don't have to, you ever feel like you ever bar hopped trying to go to the one that's offering the best drinks for the, who, this cocktail hour is at this hour and this cocktail hour is at that hour. When Cruise Complete, the cocktail hour, honey, is 24/7. Right? We can just come here to this one place and get everything. I love that you love it. So we're going to look at transfers, that we can do edits from here. As I stated, we can make payments. And then anything that you do in here, you can just click sync with vendor and the information. So let's say you accidentally go back to the vendors page and you do some stuff over there. Just make sure to always sync with vendor if you do something in Cruise Complete or if you do something on the vendor page. It's okay. They will rematch their own information. So as I stated, I do have a client, so I'm going to clear this one. Let's clear all. Clear all. All right. So it says I don't have an active customer yet. You guys can see that I have transferred in 2 reservations already. So from the ones, I'll show you how to transfer one in and how simple it is. So where it says import, once you're again back in the Cruise Complete first page, you're going to click on import. And let me just get that person's number. I keep losing it. I color coordinate my sticky notes and then I have them everywhere. I have 1,000 sticky notes. I love sticky notes. If you're not using sticky notes, you probably have a different system than I do. No, I love sticky notes because it allows me to be able to get what I need for that customer and then come back and help them change any information in a very, very simple manner. And I can update their files. I keep a file for each one of my customers. Yeah, you see all of them right there. I have like a bazillion, and I can't remember what color I did this one on. So look, I keep coming back to that one, and I know it's not it. I want it to be it though, right? Obviously, because I keep coming back. Look at that one. Where my people at? Where is that? And I just did it today because they actually added a 4th person into a cabin, and guys, it kicked the reservation out. Oh, be careful when you make changes. Oh, be careful. Because if they didn't decide to just get another cabin, I color coordinate them. It's so sick. I think that's the one, and I think what's going on is it's behind here. Yep, that's what it is. I kept pulling it up, but it was behind something else, so it wasn't doing it for me. But anyway, so lesson learned, guys. I added someone to a cabin, and because they had already made their deposit, when I added them, it wanted that deposit that minute. Now, she was about to make the deposit, but I hit save, and it canceled their reservation. But I didn't know. It didn't give me any warning. It didn't tell me. Then they decided, oh, another person is going. So they'll just take, instead of putting 4 people in a room, they'll keep the 3 they had and they'll just make another booking with 2 people, right? So when I went back to go pull up their reservation, it was gone. So I quickly called Carnival. Carnival got it straight for me. They got my reservation back, no penalty, no fuss, no muss, right? We don't fuss over stuff like that. So we're going to import a cruise. And it's asking me who is the vendor. So this is Carnival. I'm going to pop in my reservation number. I'm going to click on View Cruise PNR. So I'm going to be able to confirm that this is the booking that I have, and there is my name. It says that this was created May 13th. That is correct. They are traveling on November 28th of this year and returning on the 2nd. So I'm like, yep, and yep, right? Balcony room, yep, and yep. Balance amount is $2,099. They've already paid $225. So everything is checking, check. I see my 3 adults I don't see the 4th anymore because we got that taken care of. So you just want to make sure you confirm everything before importing this booking. All right. The reason you want to confirm that everything was correct, because once you transfer it, it's still available on Carnival, but it's just going to be harder to edit this customer's details if anything here is incorrect. All right. So you want to make sure it's correct for their information before you board it. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and import it. And it says, do I need to create a new customer? For this one, I do. All right. So I'm just going to say her name is Oh, I have my caps lock on. Gladys. Wilson Hawkins. Almost did not remember her name. All right. Her phone number. Thank goodness I have it, because like I said, we were just chatting prior to getting into this call. So I'm going to go ahead and get her information in here. And her email address. Let me see what that is. Wilson, is it Hawkins? It is, thank goodness. And I'm going to actually move this screen since this is being recorded. We don't want our YouTubers to be contacting my customer, right? I mean, geez, the least I can do is protect her privacy. All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and import it. Now that I have all of that information in, I'm going to pop it back over here for us. And now my customer is complete. All right. My customer is now over here. And when I add their next room that she's going to pay for tomorrow, I can add it over here, but connect it as the same customer. And I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. Even though she's not staying in 2 different rooms, it will have different names. It'll be under my customer. So now if I want to do anything else with this customer right away, I can email them a summary, find out any alerts and updates and get that information to them. Resend the confirmation email if I need to, generate a PDF, add any notes I might need to add. But let's say they want to make a payment. So once you have your customer pulled up, go ahead and click on expand. Okay, so expand again is going to show us the details of their itinerary, the traveler's information, and payments. So from here, you see all of these tabs. This is everything that we can do from this one dashboard. Imagine if you have a group booking. Is that do you need to see it, Vladimir? Is that not large enough for you? Is that better? Let me know. Better. You're welcome. All right. So aren't you glad every once in a while I do kind of look over there? All right. So you can remember I said anything that you do in here, once you're done, just remember to always sync it with the vendor. If you've been on the vendor's page and you did something, just remember to come here and sync it again, because the vendor will also send any updated information. All right. If you need to cancel it, if you need to log any other activities, if you want to send them a bon voyage email, all right, we can't do that for most of the cruise lines, right? If you found out about a promotion and you want to see if you can add it, doesn't always let you do it depending on how close they are to sell date, all right? So don't make that promise to your customers. If you need to, hey, I'm no longer going to be a booking agent, I need to change it to someone else. If you're a nice enough person, you can come in here and do that. Or if they've already booked with someone else and you pulled up their reservation, or they were self-booked, but they're not completely paid for, you can come in to change booking agents and start that process as well. We do have some customers that we meet. They started their own booking. They put down their deposits, but they're like, I don't know what else to do. Hey, let me take that booking from you and I can help you and not charge you anything extra. I'll make a commission on something you've already booked for yourself, right? We're not. So if this person wants to make a payment, you can also go to make a payment, and you can even record payments. Because as you saw, when we brought it over here, it did note that they made their payment. But when you come back here, it doesn't show that they made a payment. And that's okay, because the cruise line knows it. However, you can come in here and record that payment and just get it re-added to their records as well, because it's still showing as if they owe the whole amount when they don't. I know they made a deposit. All right. So it's a lot of different things that you can do in here with Cruise Complete. Now, let me show you. I'm going to kind of lower this back down for a second, just so I can come out of this customer, because I want to show you guys what it looks like to have a customer in here so that you can see the information as well. So I'm going to go to select customer. It says create. Nope, I don't. You can pre-create a customer as well. If you're working with a customer and you want to go ahead and just get their information in here, making it easier for you to do bookings, you can do that too. You can create a customer, have their names, their emails, their phone numbers, their birth date already added. So as you're doing cruises and it's asking for that information, it's just toggling over. Or if you have a customer that does multiple cruises, or works with you more than once, you can do that as well. So this happens to be the Smith family, and it's not a fake. I know Smith is blah, blah, blah. So yes, we're going to now open up what I have for this customer. So I'm going to go into customers and trips. It's going to ask me again. And I'm like, yeah, I'm looking for the Smiths. And it's going to show me, okay, you do have some stuff here. Do you want to look at their trips? Look at their profile, set a reminder, book another cruise. So we're going to click on trips. And as you can see, him and his wife are staying in one room. Their sons are staying in another room, adult children. But I've linked them all to this one customer so that it's easy for me to be able to see this booking. Then I can select either one that I want to work with right at this moment and pull up this information. How simple is this? How excited are you? And if I said add a cruise, it's going to automatically transfer the information for that customer to my next cruise. Again, expanding only opens it up just like it did with the other customer, with all of these great tools in them to be able to do what? Everything I need to do. I can edit, I can make payments, and I can sync things to the vendor. Excited, right? Now that we've seen the two ways that we can get Cruise Complete on our side, look at all these sticky notes and stuff I got up, guys. Just a hot mess, aren't I? Let's look at, I had to do that to go back. Let's look at FAQs and training, because sometimes we have questions, but not all the time can our mentor help us with the different dashboards. They may be able to get us here, right? But we may, even as a mentor myself, I don't have all the answers. So let's see what we can do. We have how-tos about rate codes. How many people have questions about rate codes at SLM Bookings, Faye? One word, SLM Bookings with an S, but you got to put the @ symbol in front of it. All right. So when we go to the FAQ and training, the first place it's going to open up is the admin. Now, technically, we are not admins because we work with a host agency. So there may be some things that you can learn in here, but this is really not our section. All right. We got to stay in our lane. So agent training and guides. Just make sure you always go to the agent training and guides. All right. So it shows us how to add or remove a promotion, how to book a single passenger, the booking step process. So even if you forget anything that I just showed you, as easy as it was, that's okay. They got you covered. All right. Complete booking process, enhanced searches, modifications and cancels, rate codes and categories, synchronize with vendor. Keep telling you, this is really great. Know your cruise lingo. Know how to talk to your customer and how to break that information down. Not all of us sell cruises all the time, so sometimes we need a little help. How to add traveler profile to a reservation. How to make book multiple cabins. Compare. Didn't somebody ask me about comparison? The compare functionality. All right. And to me, the next important thing is the split payments and just regular payments. All right. So your FAQ section will assist you heavily in doing what you have to do for your clients. So again, what can we do with Cruise Complete? We can we can research and look up both cruises and river cruises all in one dashboard. We can import our current clients for ease of use. That's the only reason why you're doing it, so that you're not going to multiple dashboards. I have a oh, Elena, I'm gonna tell you at the end. So Elena asked, guys, how do I get more cruise clients? I'm gonna tell you in the end, girl. So to me, I have a group booking that I'm doing, but we don't start adding them until after Father's Day, right? So once I start getting them added in, you think I'm not going to be importing them over here for ease of use? I sure am. So that way I can just look at all of my clients in one place. And if I need to do any payment schedules, if I need to send out letters, I think it's going to just be so much easier from here. They are looking for just cruise tours. Look at this. Cruise tours is here as well. All right. The other thing we can do besides creating, research, importing is train on it. You can work on multiple itineraries at one time. This is great for that customer who may not know where they want to go. So let's say this itinerary, you're looking at the Bahamas. This itinerary, you're looking at the West Indies. Well, okay. So let me start that over because I said the West Indies already. So yeah, so let's say we want to go around Mexico. We want to go around Asia. South Asia has some amazing cruise possibilities. And then Alaskan cruises, right? So then you're giving your customer 3 different types of itineraries without having to keep logging in and out, logging in and out. You have that smart FAQ and training section. And if you need support, they even have support here for you. You like it, guys. I love it. So don't forget, first, you have to register with, what was it? What's the name of it, guys? Anybody remember? Where do you register first to get access? Agent Universe. I'm loving you guys who are paying attention. Alana, Elite Bon Voyagers. Nice. Nice. Is that .com? Am I giving you like a commercial right now? EliteBonVoyagers.com? No. Oh, we're going to work on it. So agentuniverse.com. Absolutely. After you have registered with agentuniverse.com, complete your agent profile. Get in touch with Archer. I even have the number again on this slide. 1-800-ARCHERS. They make it easy for us. All right. Go to the cruise help. And even if someone cannot take your call directly, leave a message. You want to make sure that you leave your name, your agent ID, that you are already registered with Agent Universe, and you would like access to Cruise Complete. And I'm telling you guys, in less than 24 hours, I had my access. All right. I literally just got access maybe about 4 months ago when I learned about this. I was super, super excited. And then once you have all of that set, you are good to go. Awesome stuff, right? So what questions do I have? I'm going to pull that chat back over here. What questions do I have? It is going through. I have it locked on certain hours, Richard. Because I can't talk to everybody all day. I do actually have agents that I do one-on-ones with. Alana said, let's go back to this, how I get cruise clients. So a lot of the ways that I personally get cruise clients, instead of just waiting for somebody to discover my my marketing that's going through, dropping off stuff, praying and hoping. I network. Okay, Alana, I go to networking events. I meet with groups. I go to different functions. And what do most of them always say? Oh, we've been trying to book or do a vacation or do some kind of group trip for our networking group, for our foundation, for our company. All right. Don't just look for one booking. Like the ones that I'm showing you right now, the Smiths and the Hawkins, they're all actually going together. So this started as just 2 rooms. Now I'm at 4. They're possibly bringing some other people. So that might turn into 8. 8 is a group. All right. But it didn't start off that way. All right. However, the next group I have, they're already looking at 32 cabins. All right. Because when you do a group booking, especially with Carnival group bookings, you can hold the rooms for $25. And then they have up to 6 months before sailing to actually have the full deposit in. And the deposit is $250 per person for most of their cruises, right? So it goes from, hey, just book it, just get it, $25. Hey, a couple of months later, put in another $25 so you have 50. So then when we're almost 6 months out, all right, we need that 200 extra per person to fully secure you into this cruise. And as long as they have the cruise paid off 90 days before sailing, they're all good to go. How would you get commission for booking cruises? As soon as you go in, they show you what your commission rate is. All right. So there is, it's already built in with the different cruise lines. I'm looking around because I was looking to see if I still had this up, and I do. Let's see if it shows my customer. And Smith. All right. So I'm going to go to trips for this customer. I'm going to go to view for this customer. All right. And as I go into, I believe it's going to be an expand. And let's scroll down. It is. So for this particular one, it shows me that this booking, I'm going to get $195.20 in the commission for that one. Right. And then the other one, I believe, is $225. The one I did today is another $225. I'm also smart. As I'm doing my bookings, I make sure to keep I track my own commissions, right? So I have my customers' reservation numbers, their names, for the people who are going on that booking. If it's a resort, I have how much the resort fee is. If it's a cruise, if they're also including airfare, what my commissions are going to be, their deposits that they've made so far for these particular trips, payments made, things like that. So as you can see, just for things that are not groups, I'm already at commission of $18.53, right? But now let's go. You see, I got 2 pages here. Let's go to sheet 1. So here is another group booking that I'm working on so far. And you can see the resort fees, the commissions, the deposits, payments, extra payments that have been made, additional things that they might have requested for their particular group here. So let's scroll down and see what that looks like. So $51,116, but this is not including all the airfare because recently a lot of them have been adding airfare to this one. So, once I add the airfare, I'm going to add the extra commission I'm going to get from that, blah, 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 blah. But right now, my commission is at $7,559. All right. So for some of you guys who think it's not possible, this is my proof. I wouldn't be writing these numbers down, having these emails, having these people's phone numbers, having names in here and reservation numbers if this wasn't real. So here we go. All right. And so are you recording the total commission before? I am recording the total commission before. I want to know what the total commission is before so that when I get my 20% removed, I know where the number is coming from. Always record the total commission. It is not your job to take the 20% off. All right. It is your job to keep it tracked, right? So that you know you're welcome. That's right. That's right. Even if you go to a restaurant, right, they show you how much your check is before they add on tip. You want to see it that way as well. No, I do not use Travel Joy or Travelfy. I keep my monies. All right. I use Excel. I use Canva. I keeps my money. All right. But yeah, so this is reason why we want to use Cruise Complete, guys, to have a complete job for you. And this is just amazing. Travel Joy is good. There's a lot of people that use Travel Joy. There's a lot of people that use Travelfy, but I'm just good with Canva, and I'm also good with, can you please share some sticky notes that can help me feel better organized notes on my tips? Yes. So the first thing, guys, so why don't we do this before we continue? I'm going to end this training officially since we're about to get into other talks other than Cruise Completes. But before I do that, who else has a Cruise Complete question for me? No one. Excellent. So don't go anywhere, guys. We're just going to go to the end screen. I'm going to take myself off camera really quickly because remember, these trainings do go online as well. So I'm just going to go to the next page, but don't go anywhere.
Hold up. Beat it up like